tell you, appetites are a basic need, right? If you're tired, you go to sleep. If you're thirsty, you drink. If you're hungry, you eat. It is basically about food. Yes, it's basically about food. So, I'm glad that you're here because it's been a year, right? It's been a year, 2025. It just started. We're just 2 months in. 10 more months to go. But I'm so glad that you're here with us tonight, right? Yes? I love a community. So glad that you're here with us tonight. I mean, some of you are here just because you want to cheer on your friends. And some of you are here because you're family and you're here to support. And some of you are here to escape the troubles of 2025. But you know what? The world's got 99 problems and 12 of them are eggs. We all know this. I went to Wegmans across the street and a carton of eggs was like $11.79. What is going on with eggs, right? I know that there's a big problem here in New York City when the bodega across the street are selling Lucy's. That's individual eggs at a lower price. That's when you know it's a bogus price out there. It is too high, right? So in Pennsylvania, there was a heist and someone stole about 100,000 eggs, right? The authorities cannot find them. It is a tough case to crack. I mean, the police are on a true egg hunt here, right? I just can't understand why they still haven't found our perpetrators. But you know what? If they're gonna sell something that perishable, they gotta be on top of it, right? Those things are gonna cost money. So much money. They're going to get so much money out of it. They basically have a nest egg for their future. This is going to just be about egg puns. Criminal egg puns.
Do you think the perp was the Easter Bunny?
Eggs. I know the perp was the Easter Bunny. We're so close to the Easter season. Thank you, Jordan. I love having a sidekick up here. I mean, it was the modern day Robin Hood, saving brunch one yolk at a time. Yes. I have too many eggs in this one basket. It is exceptional work. It's excellent. I mean, in this economy, I know we gotta crack a few eggs to get an omelet, but right now it's just one. We just have money for one. But I won't complain about the prices of eggs too much because it really makes my favorite thing in the world. Eggs makes my favorite thing in the world. Can someone guess what that is? Not to make this a trivia show. Cake. It is my favorite thing in the world. I am a self-appointed cake connoisseur. I, one birthday, went and got so many little mini cakes, a sampler of cakes, and I pretended I was Tyra Banks, and all the cakes were running down the runway. I had judgment for every one of these cakes. I know that there are people out here. One day, you know what? I know that one day in grade school, I really loved cake that I was supposed to play a basketball game, and I went to the concession stand, and there was cake for 25 cents, and with the inflation, that's 95 cents right now. And they were like, hey, you can't play the game. You just ate a piece of cake. And I was just like, you know what? It was the best decision I made. That was fine. But I know there's few people that aren't sweet tooth folks, right? There's always someone here. Who's not a sweet tooth person? Of course you're not a sweet tooth person. There's always one person in the crowd who's just like, I don't like sweets. I'm like, that's fine. You can have your opinion. You have the right to your opinion, but there's the exit. You can leave. How are we all doing? Yeah, awesome. All right. So we're here to support our epic players. And are we ready to get our show going? All right, but here's the thing. I need more than that. It's 6 o'clock. You just got out of work. I need more. I'm going to ask you, Joe's Pub, are we ready? Our first performer coming up to the stage, making their Joe's Pub debut at the Epic Underground, is going to be our friend, Declan Carey. Come on out, Declan.
Good evening. My name is Declan. I like going to the zoo. That's why I came to talk to all you animals tonight. The Bronx Zoo is my favorite zoo, and my favorite time to visit is late spring, early summer, because that's when I see all the African animals come out of hiding from the cold. I guess they took the bear's advice about hibernation, huh? They even have a special building for the giraffes to keep out of the cold, and they call it the Carter Giraffe Building. But which Carter was it named for? Aaron Carter, Vince Carter, Jimmy Carter? May you rest in peace. I can imagine it makes the giraffes feel at home, but everyone else, oh boy, it is like a zoo in there. No, now don't get me wrong. I love giraffes, especially when they're pretty close to me, outside. And speaking of outside, there was one time when I was little, I was exploring the woods, looking for beavers with my parents. I couldn't find any beavers, but do you know what I found? Myself. Lost. Luckily, I was rescued by none other than David Byrne of the Talking Heads. I guess he really liked the wild, wild life. I'm sure glad he was no psycho killer either. But do you know who is a psycho killer? People who hunt animals just for fun. Now, eating animals should be a felony. A delicious felony. I'm even guilty of committing such a crime. Imagine how many chickens, cows, pigs, fish, and even innocent little lambs we kill just to satisfy our protein status and our hip keto diets. Hell, even the Earth's ozone layer agrees that cow farts pollute the air. And these farm animals are at the point of going on strike. The chickens are about to have their eggs in a boil, and pretty soon the fish will start throwing their chips at us. And whose fault is it that nature's decided to turn against us? You guessed it, it is our fault. Maybe if we pray to God for our sins, maybe he'll trade the meat we currently eat for something just as power-packed and as well as a not so cheap but still tasty imitation. I wonder if I can get some Beyond Burgers or some cloned chicken salad. Oh, no wait, it was sheep who got cloned, not chickens. Sorry, Dolly. Let's move on to something positive, shall we? Like turtles. Aren't they cute? I think so. And I heard they can outlive us at certain points. Do they have better health programs than us? Either way, they'll always look adorable in my eyes. However, they are not so adorable in my friend Mario's case. Woohoo! And do you know why? Because these turtles are serving their master, who is a fire-breathing dragon turtle hybrid. You know, the turtles that dance to a certain melody that goes, ba, ba. And not only can these turtles throw projectiles like boomerangs at you, and not to mention fly and make magic, but these kinds of turtles are immortal. Real living skeletons. I guess they do have better health care in the Mushroom Kingdom here. Oh, and now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to find the nearest warp pipe to the Mushroom Kingdom and introduce you to the next performer. Good night, everybody.
Declan Carey, everyone! Awesome. Egg puns, animal puns. What puns are up next? How are you all doing, Joe's Pub? Are we ready for another epic underground debut? Yes. Coming to the stage, we have all the way from Albany. Anyone heard of it? We have Nick Williams. Nick Williams, Nick Williams, Nick Williams. Awesome. So, fun fact about Nick, has been doing virtual programming with us since the pandemic, and today is his first in-person performance with us today. All right.
All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Good? You know, the thing about films, right? They're very important to me, and they've always captivated me. Like some sort of magic. They turn off my noisy brain, and they suck my focus right in. I mean, if you truly want to relax, truly relax, just pop in a gummy prescribed by your doctor. Or pop in a film, or do both, if your doctor's cool with it, you know? But growing up, films always had a special part in my heart. I got wondering, how do I do this? How do I become an actor? So, a couple years ago, I joined a group called Epic Players. And a couple years after that, I was in a film called Lorena. My coach, Laura Lee, approached me about starring alongside her in this film. It's about an Italian teenager trying to escape horrific home life. Now, I played her friend Rudy. And this, felt like my giant break. And it got me fascinated with the job of directing. Because watching our director Sylvia go through the process of directing got me so excited to tell the stories myself. Now, how do you turn a simple green screen into Doctor Strange's multiverse? How do you take animatronics and turn them into a giant how do you turn animatronics and turn them into real life dinosaurs? Right? That's what got me into the job of directing. Now, if a director does their job well, the audience wouldn't ask these questions. Sitting in the dark, popped, all bug-eyed. They wouldn't ask. that's what got me into films in the first place.
Awesome job.
Woo! That was an amazing debut. We have a ton of debuts out here tonight. Don't worry, I'll point them out to you. Are we having fun, Joe's Pub? Yes, bringing out our next performer. Another debut on the Joe's Pub stage. I promise I'm not front-loading them. It is Sammy Binder. Come on out, Sammy.
Let's give it up for Talia. Isn't Talia a great host? Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I have to talk to you about something really important. Can I see a raise of hands of folks who've watched Glee? We have any Gleeks in the house? Oh my God, it's okay. It's okay, you are in community now. This is a safe space. Mr. Shoe isn't real. His rapping can't hurt you. My name is Sammy, and I am a Gleek. I have a love-hate relationship with the show Glee. It was at its peak when I was in high school, attending a performing arts high school and feeling very much like the underdog. It holds a special place in my heart for many reasons. One is Kurt Hummel. Now, for the two of you who were lucky enough not to be Gleeks, Kurt was the gay character. I didn't understand why at the time he was so important to me, but looking back, he was really influential in my coming to terms with my own identity as a queer, non-binary person. Thank you. My love for Kurt was matched only by one thing: my hate for his boyfriend, Blaine Anderson. I've never hated a character so passionately in my life, and my hatred for him still burns strong even after all these years. I love to hate him. Being part of the Glee fandom on Tumblr gave me a sense of community and belonging. While most of the fans loved Blaine and Klaine, that was the ship name for Kurt and Blaine, there was a small yet mighty corner of the internet for us haters. Hating Blaine became part of who I am in the same way that loving my cat, loving theater, loving milkshakes is part of who I am. I talk about Glee all the time. I talk about Glee on first dates and when I meet new friends. I don't know how or why, but it always finds a way to creep into the conversation. It seems no matter what I do, all roads lead back to Lima, Ohio. I could be out at a bar like Joe's Pub, and a song will come on, don't say it, and then, as if having an out-of-body experience, I could hear myself say, they did this song on Glee. One group of new friends got together to burn some old pictures and mementos of things that didn't have sentimental value for them. I wasn't able to make it, so I asked that they burn something in my honor. They sent me a video of them burning a printed out picture of Blaine. Honestly, this is one of the best things that anyone's ever done for me. I didn't even ask them to burn Blaine or anything Glee related specifically. They just already knew how much I hate him and how much I'd appreciate this. Now, is hating a character from a 2010s musical dramedy rational? Anyone? Oh, okay, thank you for the support. But no, this level of hatred, this is not rational, and that's okay, I can admit that. I'm self-aware. Sometimes you simply have to be a hater. That's not to say I don't have valid reasons for hating Blaine. He was pretentious, smug, manipulative, and a lousy partner to Kurt. He convinced Kurt to go to a club with him and then proceeded to get way too drunk, dance with other guys, and worst of all, tried to get physical in the car despite Kurt's protests. And those are all examples from just one episode. Aside from the character himself, the writers overused him in songs and storylines to the point where other characters, even ones who'd been on the show long before him, were not getting adequate screen time or development. And the thing about Glee, where the hate part of my love-hate really comes from, is that it used to be so important to me. In season 1, I identified so strongly with Kurt, and as season 2 was approaching, there were rumors that a new character would be introduced to be Kurt's boyfriend, his first boyfriend. My Tumblr friends and I were so excited. Originally, that was going to be a character named Sam Evans. Right, yes. My Tumblr friends and I were really excited because where Kurt leaned in to many gay stereotypes, Sam was practically the opposite. He was a conventionally attractive, popular jock. My Tumblr friends and I were so excited to see how their dynamic would play out and to see representation for queer men that wasn't really shown at the time. But then, Blaine entered the scene. Thank you. Originally, Blaine was meant to be more of like a mentor figure to Kurt, but the show's creator, Ryan Murphy, boo, Ryan Murphy switched things up when he realized how popular the character Blaine was and that his actor, Darren Criss, brought with him a built-in fan base from his prior work. Glee's antagonist, Sue Sylvester, once said, "I will go to the animal shelter and get you a kitty cat. I will let you fall in love with that kitty cat. And then, on some dark, cold night, I will steal away into your home and punch you in the face. That is what Ryan Murphy did to me. I will never trust him with my media consumption again. I still haven't watched any of his other shows, no matter how much I want to watch Pose. American Horror Story? No thanks. I've already watched Glee." Anyway, thank you guys for listening. I gotta go. Thank you. It's time for my next rewatch. And that's what you missed on Glee.
Oh my God. Sammy, that was awesome. What do you feel about your debut?
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
Feeling
I
pretty
think
good.
we should do like a Glee rewatch podcast.
Oh, God. What do you guys think? Do we need a Glee rewatch podcast?
Yeah, probably.
So we got to give the people what they want.
Yeah, coming fall 2026. Yeah.
Have your people call my people.
All right, I have your email. Amazing. Awesome. All right, let's give it up for Sammy. And our sparkly friend here is Billy. Can we give it up for Billy here? Also our assistant director of the show. So thank you, Billy. Yes, more love for Billy, please. Okay, so I know I said that I wasn't front-loading all the debuts, but it seems like I have another debut coming up next, so apologies. But I want to tell you about one of our programs. It's Epic Junior. Yes, so Epic Junior is our teen program, our teen after-school program. I happen to co-direct it. Shout out. Alex is over there, too, directs it with me. And our next performer just graduated from Epic Junior and is making their Joe's Pub debut. We have Alan coming to the stage. One more time for Alan.
Right here. All right. Thank you. Okay. Hi. Hi. Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Alan Denise Serrano, and this is my first Epic Underground. All right. Okay. I remember performing in school. I remember performing in school. I was singing every single song for each show. I like to sing a lot. Yeah, my favorite song is Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look as you see into your imagination. This is my favorite song to sing because it makes me happy and joyful. I like the idea of anything being imagination. It's my favorite movie. I want to be the chocolate factory where everything is an experiment and full of sweetness. Picture this. I'm Willy Wonka, and I break the fourth wall to tell you about my chocolate, and all you see around me are Oompa Loompas running around everywhere. It's classic, but I'm not only a singer, I'm also am known to dance. Every other day. I like to dance in the park. Central Park, Bryant Park, and Prospect Park. Just give me the dance and I'll be dancing. When I dance, I can spin and jump. When I was the Addams Family musical, I danced like salsa moves during my performance. There was a moment when Morticia Addams danced with me, her love. It was so much fun. The choreography was beautiful, and I worked hard to learn it. When you're Addams, you know you had a little moonlight. Yeah! I memorized in and out of school. I put a lot of work to be a good performance. I can sing, dancing, and I can also act. I practice everything and I practice every day with the script and go over to my brain until I can't speak it without any script, and then it's ready. In Alice in Wonderland, I played Dumb Mouse and had it with the lines, with the script. That should be the easy part of me. I'm so tired. I love to perform in each character of my own. I've been on musicals in school and got to practice all dancing, singing, and acting, of course. It takes focus. You could call me a triple threat. Singing, dancing, and acting, of course. And the most important thing is the show. I'm enjoying all performance equally. And thank you, Joe's Pop, Epic on the ground!
Yes, Alan! So amazing. Good job. One more time for Alan. Yes. You ever interpreters over here, and I apologize because I didn't clear this bit with anybody. So I'm just gonna ask you, Joe's Pub, do you have who is passionate about, who's their favorite singer? Who has a favorite singer? Do you have a favorite singer? Who is it? Lady Gaga. Any Lady Gaga fans? Is it rah, 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 Lady Gaga? Or like box office flop Lady Gaga? Which one? Rah, rah, Lady Gaga. Anyone else Lady Gaga fans? Ooh. Nick, who's your favorite performer? Yes. The Beatles. Beatles fans in the house? Well, guess what? Our next performer adopted their stage name from the King of Pop. Who knows who that is? I know I said it wasn't trivia night, but I'm kind of making it. So coming up next to our stage, let's give it up for Jean Malaby. Are you excited?
Nervous.
I think you're gonna do great. Yeah, we're gonna use that mic over there. One more time for Jean here. Awesome.
Good afternoon. I just wanted to make a nod to two people. Peter Lurie, my producer, and one more, Jerry Powers of Daniel's Music, who's both in my piece. This is basically dedicated to them in a rather unorthodox way. This is my thank you to my favorite performer, Michael Joseph Jackson. Without him, I probably wouldn't be here today. And what I want many people aware of is that many neurodivergent people with autism and other disabilities are picked on, and for no good reason at all. Kids will bully you. Teachers will silence you. And so many people are silenced and shut down. Actually, they're told they shouldn't talk. It's easy to feel that you have no voice. When I was a kid in school, I was bullied. They didn't like the way that I talked. And when I dressed in black, they called me a villain. And you're probably thinking, I'm not a villain. I like only good guys. But I didn't have a voice to express that to other people. When I was 10 years old, I heard my favorite Michael Jackson song. It's called Why You Wanna Trip on Me. And it's from the Dangerous album, it's song number 2. What? The reason why I'm making a statement about this is because here's the question. Why are people bullying me when there's bigger problems out there? There's homelessness. There's hunger. There's crimes and hatred and war. And the worst, police violence. But it's worse because the police violence is worse among black people than it could ever be among white people. And Michael Jackson raised my awareness of this. So I asked myself, why are people bullying me when there are bigger problems over here like that? When I heard this song, I finally had a voice. I thought, okay, people are bullying me, and actually, they're tripping on me too. And I finally had the words. When he became like an influence to me, and it made me realize it wasn't bad to be different than other people. You could wear what you want, and it doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you who you are. Sometimes I think if I hadn't discovered him when I was 10 and a half, I don't think I would have discovered him at 39 either. he's also the reason why I pursued music. I met my teacher, Jerry, from Daniels. Helped me write a song about how Michael Jackson's struggles impacted my life. And then I met Peter, the producer. And we created Orca. And it has Willie Be There, which is the song in Free Willy. And then White Rose as an honor of my favorite flower. And those are a tribute to him. I like to sing. I like to go on stage, and it would not be the same without his mentorship. I also wanted to say thank you to him. I definitely would not be a performer without him, and I would not have found Epic Players. And for being a positive influence in my life, and for being a voice when I needed one. I will always remember Michael Jackson. And one more thing that Michael Jackson always said, keep the faith! And I also want to thank Ruby, because if without her audio tape, he wouldn't be in my life right now, so thank you, Ruby.
Good job, Sadie. Did I forget who's up next? Yes, I did. Who is up next? That's my Michael Jackson song. All right. So this is a fan favorite of the Epic Underground. Are we ready for our next performer? We have gliding onto the stage, Michael Carbonaro.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sports, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. The human drama of athletic competition. This is Michael Carbonaro's Wide World of Sports, brought to you by Epic Players. Ever since the age of 7, watching figure skating on TV, especially during the Winter Olympics, I've always had a passion and a gifted talent for being a figure skating commentator. I would sit with my family in the living room, and I would give the play-by-play of the figure skating competition on TV. They were very impressed that I was mimicking my childhood hero, Olympic champion, Scott Hamilton. And that is the best he has ever been. This crowd is going wild. They are literally on their feet. Oh, and look at the flowers coming on the ice. Just marvelous. Jump ahead to 2013. I just had graduated high school, and I thought to myself, why not create a sports center, but just for figure skating? And on that day, I decided to record my YouTube channel and record the very first episode of Figure Skating Center. Hello, figure skating fans of USA and the world. I'm Michael Carbonaro, and this is the very first episode of Figure Skating Center. In 2014, I took a road trip with my mom to go see the U.S. Figure Skating Nationals in Boston, and after enjoying all that great skating, I decided I was going to record a live 2-part special and include a segment called, What Does My Mom Think of the Competition? Hi, Mom. Thank you for coming here tonight. Thank you, Michael. I'm really glad to be here. Hello, figure skating fans. So, what did you think of the competition? The competition was very exciting. There's a lot of depth in the skating field, and Jason Brown was just mesmerizing. We enjoy watching skating on TV together. One of my favorite things we do is every time a skater fell in their program, we would always say they went in the boom boom room. You're probably wondering, Michael, what in God's good grace of an earth is that? It's when a skater falls in their program, mainly on their butt, and we sing this little song that goes like this. Don't go in the boom boom room, the boom boom room, the boom boom room. Don't go in the boom boom room because you'll break your ass. And I realized after all that, man, I can be good at this. It was not just a dream of mine, it became a passion of mine. And the results of the races and Figure Skating Center was born. When I first started, I remember receiving a lot of hateful and hurtful comments that tried to put me down. So to help me feel good about myself and rise even higher, like the Firebird on ice, I turned to my support system, to my incredible support system, including my mom. They helped me be a strong person and help me overcome these kind of attacks. In 2021, I posted a video of me on social media skating and told them, "Hi, my name is Michael Carbonaro, and my figure skating commentary hero is Scott Hamilton." Because of that video, Fox 5 News set up a Zoom call meeting with Scott Hamilton himself in celebration of World Autism Month. Oh, man. It was the best 45-minute conversation of my life. During that conversation, I asked him, "Hey, Scott, any advice on being a figure skating commentator?" He shared how he had his share of haters in the beginning of his commentary career. He received a lot of criticism at his first Olympic Games. I realized, whoa, he's just like me. They tried to put him down, but he rose even higher. You want to know why?
Why?
I'm glad you asked. He changed his approach and how reacting a fan would react in the arena. The moral of the story he shared with me, it starts with your love and the passion of the sport and treating every skater's moment on the ice with humility and respect. Obviously, here I am on season 12 and over 100 episodes and counting. Good night, everybody.
Great job, Michael! All right. Friends, you are in for a treat because we got Epic Players Bestie in the house. We got Carol Hoverman presenting Holidays with the Hoverman. Show them what you got.
Thank you, thank you. I'm going to. This is my book. Hi, everyone. Hi, Nick. My family time has always been important to me. Growing up, our family celebrations were some of the most precious times, and I like to remember the good old days at the Hoverman's house. It's the morning of May 15th, my birthday. I wake up excited. I turn 15 today. 6 friends of mine are coming over today. 6. The house smells like breakfast, so I rush down through the kitchen. Above the cozy breakfast nook, Mom hung a happy birthday sign. She smiles when she sees me, and we wait together. The rest of the family wakes up one by one. First Luke, then Matt, and finally Dad. Each wishes me a happy birthday, and then we all sit down to eat. It's very nice, but secretly, I just can't wait for my friends to arrive. In the afternoon, they finally do. One by one, they rush out to the backyard and join me. We laugh and play while Mom gets everything ready and perfect inside. Meanwhile, Dad gets back to work on the rock wall he is building in the backyard. Eventually, Mom calls us in. We rush out inside, snug in the breakfast nook, with me sitting center. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Mom brings out the cake. It's a Carvel ice cream cake. The best. She really made everything perfect. Aww. It's Thanksgiving morning. I wake up to Mom putting a turkey in the oven. While she's getting everything ready, Dad starts playing the piano. Mom starts getting us dressed, bundled warm and ready to be outside. We pack into the car and drive and drive and drive for 60 miles. We watch as the trees lead us over hills to the bridge and into the city. We stand on Center Park West like we always did. Big balloons, giant stars, fancy floats coming down the parade route. We cheer for our favorites until finally we see Santa making his way down the street. We wave and laugh, and we head home. Mom checks the turkey, rolls up her sleeves, and gets to cooking the rest of the meal. My father is back at the piano until it's time. When Mom is ready, Dad carves the turkey. We all sit at the table and feast. Mom has done it again. And this is one of the best ones, okay. It's the morning of Christmas. I wake up excited. We all come down in our pajamas. My dad's parents are here too, so Dad is a bit antsy. Mom has a list of chores for my grandfather. While he does his chores, we add our candle holders to the tree. Dad is back in the piano room doing his own thing. Eventually, Mom would bundle us up, and we head down to our pond to go ice skating. My grandfather loved to ice skate. I miss that. When we had our fun, we head back to home to get warm. We gather around the tree, and we lit the candles that my grandparents have brought. We only light them for just a few minutes, but we sit and watch them shine and have a moment together. I start passing out the presents like an elf on the shelf. Dad sits in his chair. I give him a present. He smiles. "Thank you, Squirt," he says. Each Christmas, we had a tradition of gathering around the fireplace. Dad would start a fire, and we would all gather and be a family together. My dad passed away 5 years ago. After that, those traditions stopped for a while, and it felt like maybe we would never have that same family time again. But this year, we all came together for Christmas. My niece, Margot, passed out the presents like an elf on the shelf, and my brother started the fire. Me, Mom, Luke, and Luke's family, we all gathered around the fire again. It felt like the good old days at the Hoverman's house. And when the presents were all open and thank yous had been said, we all sat down together and warmed before bed. Yay. Here she is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, okay, go ahead.
All right. Thanks for letting me go ahead. Give it up for Carol. Awesome job! Holiday at the Hovermans. Invite me next time. Every time she says it gets lost in the mail. How are you enjoying yourself, Bree? Yeah? Awesome. Nick, good no? Yeah? Good. That's all I needed. Our next performer did not bring their sidekick with them, but is making their debut. We have Kayla as Raven. Sometimes, you know. Another debut on this stage. Give it up one more time.
All right. Hi, everyone. It's your local Teen Titan just making a stop by Joe's Pub. Just here to talk to all you lovely people tonight. First question. Who here considers themselves a nerd? Really? That sucks for all you guys, since I'm totally the coolest person in this room, as you can tell by my appearance. Keep telling yourself that and they might believe you. Anyways, what I'm here to tell you about is the wonders of convention/cosplay. Now, if you don't know anything about me, I loved watching cartoons growing up. And it hasn't really changed. What I loved watching about those cartoons is, of course, what I saw. The action, the costumes, the action, the character dynamics, the action, the world and story building. Have I mentioned the action yet? If it wasn't already obvious, I love action-type media, be it superheroes, spies, fantasy warriors, space soldiers, anything you can think of. Now, where do nerds like you and me culminate to talk about said media? Conventions, that's right. Conventions. Now, if you don't know what they are, it is the neurodivergent kids' dreams come true or worse nightmare, sometimes both. If you're walking into these gigantic convention centers, be it as an attendee who's just enjoying an event, i.e. me, or a special guest, be it a voice actor, comic book artist, filmmaker, basically anyone in the entertainment industry. And especially for me, if you're there to get merchandise by vendors, be it plushies, posters, and then, of course, your figurines. It can be overwhelming to those who are sensitive to just about anything in terms of crowded places, loud noises, smells, people who just want to end up touching you because your cosplay is really cool looking, but they don't want you to touch them anyway. But that's just maybe my problem. Anyway, now I highly recommend going to these conventions both with a plan and in style. Now, cosplay. If you don't know what cosplay is specifically, think of a Halloween costume, but as opposed to wearing it the one day a year, you could wear it to your twins' college graduation, your cousin's birthday party, your grandmother's funeral, or potentially just a convention for a safe space. Now, for me, my main problem with cosplay, of course, is the perfectionist in me when it comes to putting it all together and making it look good. How my morning starts before even heading to the convention center is I wake up 4 hours ahead of time just to get everything ready. So first it's makeup and costume, of course, and if I don't have everything on at one time, I have it packed up with me before I head to the convention center. Then if you're traveling, it's either by car or train. I highly recommend going by train just because you're on the train and then you look like the most interesting person on the train. But then you're one stop away from 34th and Hudson, and you're not the most unique person anymore. Everybody else is doing it. Then, of course, I head into the convention center, and I'm head on my merry way, getting autographs, meeting people, talking to other nerds. It's a great time. Now, this particular costume, of course, wasn't all that hard to put together. It's a cape, bodysuit, boots, all that good stuff. One year in particular, of course, was when I had mishap after mishap. This particular year, I was cosplaying as Storm from X-Men 97, or just X-Men, if you know anything about that stuff. With this particular cosplay, it was a terrible situation. I was heading to the convention center. I didn't have it on while I was heading there. And of course, I was in the bathroom, and everybody else needed to go to the bathroom at the same time. And it was just a racket for me, just trying to rush and get everything on and all that good stuff. What happened with putting it on, of course, was I had this particular part of my costume where the cape was supposed to attach to my sleeve, right? And because I'm rushing to put it on, the stitching is all loose, and of course that part snaps. And I'm devastated over my ruined look, but that's just one part. Then I realize I have these contacts with me and no rehydration to put them in for later, to have them in throughout the day. So yeah, I realized I had them in for about 2 hours and then just finally give up and change into casual wear. Then I realized I have all these bags with me to get autographs and other merchandise, and it's full, and then I have no sidekick with me to help me carry them along the way. But anyway, altogether, I think cosplay and conventions is the best way to go about any nerddom, really. You're in this atmosphere full of nerds who love to talk about the media you love, and then, of course, just being around people who you can discuss all this stuff with. I might have just said that, I'm so sorry.
You got this.
Plus, getting compliments on your cosplay isn't too bad of a bonus.
Woo! Great job, Kayla. See, this is why you need a sidekick. I will be your sidekick any day,
Really?
Kayla.
That'd be awesome.
Call me. Does my invitation get lost in the mail for this as well? Jeez. Somebody invite me to things. How are we doing, Joe's Pub? Oh, I need more than that 6 o'clock show. How are we doing, Joe's Pub? All right. As you know, friends, we have Epic players, and then we have friends of Epic. So up next, we have a friend of Epic. It's Daniella Mora, just on Fox 5 Morning today, and is one of 2023's New York Comedy Festival's creators to watch. Can we give it up? Awesome. Thank you, Danielle.
Hey, Joe's Pub, how we doing? My God, you guys are all so funny. I don't know how I can be up here following you. This is great. Are we having a drink tonight? Oh, yes, I like that. She's drunk. That's the good energy. I'm trying to take a little break from drinking right now, honestly, but just like a short one, like an hour. Nice and sweet. Because recently I've been going on dates drunk. I realize, and it doesn't work for me because I just feel like, maybe I fall in love with them and I don't realize later until that they have like one tooth. I don't realize until after. But I went on a sober date recently and I realized that was so much worse. Just because when you're on a date, you're trying to decide, like, do I like him or not? Sober, I was like, I really hate this guy. I knew it immediately. I'm Hispanic. Do we have any Latinos in the room? There we go. He's such a Puerto Rican that he screamed that out. That tracks. I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Venezuelan, I'm Colombian. A lot of people say that I don't look super Hispanic, but my older sister, she looks like 200% Hispanic, okay? She is like Latin exponent, I like to say. Yeah. I think it's because she's just like 1 year older than me, so she just got first pick of all the best Spanish features because she has the big lips, big tits, and a huge mustache. She hates that joke. Yeah, no. My family and I were originally from the Bronx, and then we moved to Westchester, so we just gentrified ourselves. It wasn't happening fast enough. So we will do like white people things, but like with a Latina twist. So like every night for dinner, my mom serves empanadas from Wegmans. Like we kiss our dog on the mouth, but it's a Chihuahua named Coco, okay? Yeah, we even have a cleaning lady. Her name is Maria. It's my mom. Yes, she's good. I do want to learn Spanish so badly. I know very little Spanish, but sometimes I like to maybe embellish a bit, especially around guys. If they ask me, do you know Spanish? I was hanging out with this guy recently, and he was like, speak in Spanish for me. And I was like, ooh. Ooh. Backpack. Immediately got a second date. It's good. Yes, I am single. It's probably not my fault, right? No way. I think I'm single. I think my issue is that I like attention too much, but good or bad attention. I'll take attention in any form. I was getting off the bus the other day, and this man came off behind me and led with the most alarming sentence. He was like, "Hey, yo, ma'am, I don't mean any harm. Could I ask you a question?" And some woman was like, "Leave that girl alone." And I was like, "Excuse me, miss, he was talking to me? Yes? You need me." I thought he was gonna at least try. He ended up basically he just got out of prison, is what he told me. Yes, this is a true story. He was asking to borrow my phone, all these things. I just wanted the conversation to be about me, I thought he was gonna at least try and like kidnap me. You know, had his own agenda. I was very offended. No. I like attention so much that sometimes I'll just like walk to Times Square looking lost. Because someone will run up to you. It happens every single time. I went last weekend and this man immediately beeline towards me. It was Elmo, but beeline, okay? Immediate. I like attention so much that I'll give my phone number out to like anybody because I just love being like disturbed, you know? I love getting a notification. I love a ringer on because I just like to be in the middle of a conversation and be like, sorry, I should get that. Payment declined. I'm like, oh my God, Chase. He's so obsessed with me. He's always texting me fraud threats. Really wants my attention. No, my mom really wants me to have a boyfriend. Yes, that is funny, honestly. My mom wants me to have a boyfriend so badly that the other day she told me that she had a dream that I brought someone home. A dream. I was like, Mom, could we dream bigger? Last night I had a dream that my cat spoke Russian, okay? My mom's wildest dream was that someone happened to like me back, okay? That's sad. My mom is very funny. She since she wants to have a boyfriend so badly, she kind of just thinks that any person of the opposite sex is like a romantic thing for me. The other day, she was like, so Daniella, how was that gathering at that guy's house you went to? Did you guys kiss? I was like, Mom, that was a wake. So yeah, we have a second date. No, my mother's very funny. It's really with anybody though. I can even be on the phone and she's like, wow, who is that? Sounds like he's super into you. I'm like, Mom, that's Dad, okay? He's asking if we need eggs. Please put your shirt back on, okay? It's fun. No, I mean, same thing with my grandmother. My grandmother's very invested in my love life, but sometimes it's hard to explain to her because I feel like the current dating culture is a little confusing, and she's older, so she always tells me, she's like, I just want to watch you walk down the aisle. Like, I really want to see that. And I'm like, absolutely, Nana. Like, you will definitely see that. I'm just not sure if it's going to be like a front-facing view or more of like a aerial view, okay? I know she's watching in the pews or watching over. That one was a sad one. Thank you. I just started therapy. Yes, thank you. All right, toxic. I've never been to therapy before, so this is a big deal. I didn't know how you pick a therapist because I don't tell you that part. I wanted someone kind of young because I'm 26, so I wanted this girl to like be able to relate to me. So I went online, found this girl, we jumped on a call, and I loved her instantly. We got along. But then after the call, I realized that she was 23 years old. I was like, does your mom know that you're talking to strangers online? Right? I think 23 is a little young. I think taking advice from a 23-year-old is how people end up in therapy. That's typically how it goes. I am still seeing her, though. I like her. We became friends, you know. I'm taking her to get her learner's permit next week. It's going to be good. All right, you guys are so fun. I'm Daniella Mara. Thank you.
Danielle! You're a permanent friend of Epic now. Thank you so much. Awesome. One more time for Daniella. Friends, we're here. We love it here. Joe's Pub. Give it up for Joe's Pub. You've seen our next performer at the 90s Cabaret and the Epic Underground last year. And if you can look at our upcoming events on your program, you will see that we have another show here on April. Oh my God, you already know. Awesome. I want to see you there. Will I be hosting? Maybe. Will I be co-hosting? Definitely. Our next performer was at the 90s Cabaret this past fall. At the Epic Underground last year, we have Rob Lee.
Yo, what's up, lads? How goes? This piece is about my crush on video games. I like to play video games. I started playing online when I was 7 years old. I'm such a geek. I play every video game imaginable, which is anything I can't do in real life. Like, I can't play sports to save my life, but I enjoy sports video games. Example, it's 2K, the basketball game. As my avatar, I'm a 7-foot-tall basketball player and throw down monstrous dunks and inhale rebounds with ease. In real life, not so much. I also enjoy playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, but I have no idea how to design and engineer a real roller coaster. Now that I think of it, I never even been on a roller coaster in my life. I also like inquisitive games, and by that I mean games that make you think and use your problem-solving skills. L.A. Noire is one of these games. It transports you to the 1950s, where you get to be a detective. You have to interview characters, find the clues, and chase perps. It's a little bit of a mind fuck. The story gets very confusing and everything is linked. But this game is a GOAT. GOAT means greatest of all time. To all you boomers out there. And no, I don't mean an actual GOAT. No, I don't mean that GOAT has horns. I just mean that this game is awesome. Another game that I like to play is Skyrim. It's an open world fantasy game where you have to fight all kinds of monsters. Things that I'll never be able to fight in real life. There's Deidre, which is their equivalent to demons. There's a Prince of Madness, who's mad and unpredictable. Duh. His name is Sheogorath. Look it up. There's no way I'm making this shit up. There is also so-called mad beasts called fauna, bears, wolves, stuff like that. There's also your local dragon, or giants. You fight these to enchant these soul gems. I fight these monsters in the game, but in real life, not so much. I can barely kill a rabbit in real life. I'm such a geek. So I was wondering what my career choice would be. I really want a job that I get paid for playing video games. The job does exist, but it's a little far-fetched. I think maybe I'll pursue art studies, or maybe get a video game designer degree, or maybe even theater, because that's what I do best.
Woo! One more time for Rob Lee. All right, Joe's Pub, our next performer coming onto the stage, usually known as Josh, but today, Chi-Chi Tilapia Heel. Let's pump it up.
Pick myself up, turn the world on its head. Don't forget what my mama said. People talking since the beginning of time. Unless they paying your bills, pay them bitches no mind. And if I find...
Hello! I'm Chi-Chi Tilapia Heels from NYC, the Bronx. I'm gonna share my story with you of being a drag performer. And how Chi-Chi Tilapia Heels came to be, literally. I didn't just step out of the closet, honey. I sashay out with enough glitter to blind the neighbors for a week. The first time I tried makeup, I looked like a ghost, like a hot mess. I literally put on so much white foundation, I had no idea what I was doing. My uncle told me, girl, you need to try contouring. I have learned a lot from my uncle who taught me to be, who inspired me to be who I am. My uncle actually gave me my drag name. He has a pet square home named Chi-Chi. And I took that name and put it to my own persona. Have you ever heard of the term squirrel friends? Okay. I do tend to tuck my tail and hide my nuts just like my Uncle Pescici. Off stage, I'm just Josh, a regular guy, but slapping a wig and heels, I'm the Eureka of the local dollar store. Eureka's my favorite queen from RuPaul Drag Race. I love high comedy queens that try to match that energy every time I step on stage. When I step on stage, I want to give that confidence and own it. That's Chi-Chi, that's me. I have had trouble outside of drag, accepting myself for who I am. When I came out as gay, it wasn't easy, but I had my amazing mom who stood by me and my Uncle June who taught me about drag. He's my amazing godfather, and he let me find more of myself through art and finding myself more, and finding art form and finding myself. When I wear drag, I feel like I could be who I truly am without judgment. And I hope we can continue to lift one another up and inspire to feel as confident as my alter ego, Chi-Chi. To be honest, that's my true drag career story.
Yes. Give it up for Chi-Chi! Awesome. How are we doing, Joe's Pub? Who brought you here today, my friends? Yeah. Oh, great. Oh, did you email us? Yes. Teachers in the house. Any teachers? We love educators because it's tough, and that's why I stopped doing that. Do we love, so you're a teacher. Yes. How do you deal, who do you teach? Do you teach teenagers or do you teach young people? Oh my goodness. I will buy you shots. Yes, I'm so sorry because our next performer is all about attitude. Yes, you're ready. Let's give it up for Lexie Spindell.
I like being cast as JoJo because it is lead, and I really enjoy playing the lead roles. This character is really sassy, and some other characters that have sass are Alice, Annie, and Matilda. I'm pretty sassy in real life. I have an attitude sometimes, so it's not a coincidence that I can play characters with sass. People with sass don't like to listen. They can also be bossy sometimes, and they can tell people what to do. But being sassy can also keep me motivated and confident so that I can play the part and not listen to my negative thoughts that tell me things can be impossible. Being sassy helped me get cast as JoJo in School the Musical, but sometimes my attitude can get me into trouble if I don't listen and stay focused. One time at school, I had an attitude with some of my teachers, and that got me into trouble. Here are some goals I have for acting with attitudes. I want to get more younger roles. I think I'd be really good at playing someone younger. My age range is 12 to 22. I have the ability to change my voice to play younger roles. I've been doing 8 shows a week instead of just a couple shows per year. This will make me feel proud of myself to know that I accomplished something I always wanted to do since I was young. In 10 years, I'll be 30 years old, and my dream role that I would think I would get to play in Meredith from How Dancing Ohio the Musical, because it's about 7 young autistic young adults. So for any directors out there, here's my resume. Thank you.
Lexie's resume. You're a director out there. Thank you. Pass that along. Thanks. Oh, I've littered the stage with your resume. Give it up for Lexie. Attitude. Yeah.
I hope you guys see me in Sioux School Junior with Epic Junior.
Yes, that's true. You have to clean up after your kids,
In
right?
May.
This is what's going on here. Amazing.
Thank you.
Awesome, Lexie. You Teachers, you can always count on teachers. Yes. Awesome. Who is? Yeah. Obviously I knew that. Thank you, Assistant Director Billy. Can we give it up for Billy one more time? Great. All right. We love him. We know him. He's Tim, the train guy.
Thanks. I'm a huge fan of Thomas the Tank Engine, but you probably know that about me already. My love for Thomas started when I was a little kid. My classic era Thomas the Tank Engine, seasons 1 through 5, and I have lots in common. Here's why. They relied on schedules to get through their day. I need schedules. And their exaggerated facial expressions help me understand their emotions. And then there's hilarious chaos and mayhem. Who doesn't love their mayhem? But they call Thomas the Tank Engine Thomas the Choo-Choo Train. Hell no. He's a locomotive. He's a damn locomotive. And some people think Thomas is from the United States. Wrong. He's from the bloody UK. And worse, parents think Thomas is aimed for babies only because it's immature. Bruh. Have you not watched SpongeBob SquarePants? It's way too immature for kids and adults. No offense to SpongeBob fans, you're all cool. Anyway, I belong to a group of Thomas friends, and we go to train shows, and they make good models, but I'm not good at them. But it's A-okay, because we're all model train enthusiasts, and that's what brings us together. Anyway, the classic era Thomas the Tank Engine, seasons 1 through 5, had hidden lessons, morals that teaches us how to be kind and decent. Even though it's great family entertainment, your family might not want to rewatch it for its 80th anniversary. Anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is, sometimes the best travels are those we can only dream about. Thank you, everybody.
Woo! Awesome job, Tim. Yes. All right. Thank you, teachers, for saving my life. I'll get those resumes from you. Awesome. One more time for Tim, please. All right. Next, we have another friend of Epic, a DC-born, New York-based comedian. Say Smythe. One more time for Say Smythe, everyone. Awesome.
I was like, she's gonna get it. She's gonna get it. That's okay. How are we doing? Yes, please give it up to our fantastic performers and for yourselves too for coming out. And I want to Google what the difference between a locomotive and a choo-choo train is. Does anyone else know? I should read more. My last name is Smythe. That's S-M-Y-T-H-E. People mistake it for Smith all the time. It's very common, but it is Smythe. When I was in high school, in my chemistry class, my teacher was doing his roll call, and he says, Sneak Smith. And I'm like, no, it's actually Smythe. It's Smythe. He's like, what kind of name is that? Mine? I don't know. But I was like, oh, like, I think it's like Scottish maybe or something. He's like, you Scottish? I said, no, but the family that might have owned my family, what? And then we just stared at each other. I learned how to balance an equation that day, guys. Yeah, U.S. school system, amazing. I've been in New York for only 2.5 years now. Yeah, thank you, you know. I'm not gentrifying because I'm black, I can't do that, sorry. But I'm new to New York still. But I had my first authentic New York experience the other day. I was on the C train, which was my first mistake. On the C train, and a woman was openly smoking crack in the car with all of us in it. So now I think I've hotboxed crack. There's no punchline, I'm just a little bit concerned. Can you hotbox crack? I don't know. After that experience, though, I did have an audition, and I nailed it. So I might be doing crack again. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Anyway, I have many loves. One of them is true crime. Any true crime fans? Okay. So some of you are kind of maladjusted like me. This is good. This is good. I love true crime. I think a lot of Americans love true crime because we're living in a country that was built on crimes. Okay. Being an American is like being in a Netflix multi-part true crime documentary. And the twist is that we're all the victim. Oh my, goddamn. No, America has all of the greatest hits, right? We've got the genocide of Native Americans. We've got slavery. We got the little kitten heels the founding fathers used to wear. You've seen the photos. They're all just like posted up with a little like belt and like a little tiny heel. Very nice stuff. Can you imagine being racist in a pair of kitten heels? The audacity to be racist in kitten heels. Okay, you're the master race, but you can't master a pump. Okay, George Washington. Okay. All I'm saying is if you're gonna stand on my neck, give me a stiletto. Give me a tasteful thigh-high boot, maybe. Give me something to look at, all right? Step it up, step it up. Very mixed reactions, it's okay. Thank you, thank you. I'm also a horror fan. Any horror fans? Yes! Yes! High five. Okay. I love horror. My favorite subgenre of horror movies are like haunted house movies. Because as a millennial, I get to play out the fantasy of homeownership. Some of y'all aren't laughing because you are boomers and you're like, what do you mean? Just like buy a house. What's your problem? Yeah, no, I cannot do that right now. Anyway, but I like to play out that fantasy watching these horror movies, right? One of my favorites is the Amityville Horror. Do you know that one? Yes. 1970s. A family moves to Long Island. Scariest part of that movie. But after a month or so, the ghosts show up and they have to like hightail it out of there. But I call bullshit on that movie. Because there's no way that I'm buying a house and a ghost is getting me to leave that house. Are you serious? No, no way. If I ever had the money to own a home, we're roommates now. Sorry, honey. Actually, I'm the scariest thing in that house now. I'm a landlord. Boo, bitch, where's my rent? Okay, like, don't play with me. Don't play with me. I have anxiety. The horror and true crime is not helping. I am so scared. The hardest part about having anxiety for me isn't the mental illness, it's having an immigrant mother. Anybody have any immigrant parents? Yeah, where from? Call out, call out. Where are you from? Dominican Republic, where else? Portugal, cool, where else? And Germany, all right. Hell yeah. But my mom is from Liberia, right? It's a small West African country. There was 20 years of civil war and she escaped that. But we don't always relate. You know, like before the show, I'm like, oh my God, like what if I bomb my set tonight? And she's like, rebels bombed our house. You'll be fine. Your problems are not real problems. And she's right, they're not. I am married. Somebody wanted this. I don't know what's wrong with him, but we are married. I did recently find out that my husband has never watched Sesame Street. Someone failed him, right? He's never seen Sesame Street, and I should have known because he can't read or count. I should have caught on, right? He also doesn't get it, like why I call him Cookie Monster when he eats me out. It's fine though, we're actually gonna binge watch it. He's gonna get all the references, trust me, trust me. No, he's a cool guy. My husband is a white man, which isn't his fault. He was born that way, okay? I love him so much, he's awesome. He's white. No one's ever shocked when I tell him I have a white husband because I sound the way I sound. I'm aware of how I sound. I sound like Rachel Dolezal before she committed to the bit. That's okay. It's okay. But yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. Something that I didn't realize would happen in being an interracial relationship is the fact that he would gain street cred, but I would lose mine. They don't write that in the manual. They don't tell you that. So my husband actually works from home. And one day he was working and he was in a meeting with a black coworker. And I happened to just like kind of walk behind him or whatever and leave. And apparently his coworker was like, oh my God, who was that? So my husband was like, oh yeah, no, it's my wife, you know, Sanique, she's my wife. And he goes, oh, I knew there was something different about you. Now they're getting lunch. Meanwhile, I tell anybody from my community or otherwise, oh yeah, my husband's white. And they're like, oh, I knew there was something different about you. What is it, the braids? Yeah, they're dusty. How much time do I have? 1 more minute. Okay, I'm gonna tell you an unhinged joke. Are you ready for it? Okay, so nowadays, this is about, our theme is like desires and like appetites. You guys know about this thing, it's called like Hear Me Out. It's like people you would have sex with that are like unconventional and kind of controversial. Okay, mine is Beetlejuice. Are we familiar with the juice? I love Beetlejuice. I know you think you're like, Sanique, he's gross. And I'm like, exactly. That's what I like him. He's dirty. I like him. All right? I like that you have to call his name 3 times before he comes over because he really makes you beg for it. All right? That's very sexy to me. I just know that he would knock the cobwebs off of it. And he's an expert in cobwebs because he's dead. Guys, I'm gonna keep going. I'm just fucking going. You know, on the cover of the VHS, he's like sitting on the tombstone, and he's like, that's because like, look, it's because his dick is so big. That is why we love you. Just thank you so much. It's my time. I'm Sanique Smythe.
Say Smythe, everyone. One more time. Yes. All right, our next performer traveled all the way up here from Rockville, Maryland. Are we ready? I need to hear that you're ready. Gabrielle, wee! Keep it going.
Thank you. Anyone else here have OCD or another form of anxiety where unfortunately the universe keeps proving you right? Yeah. Oh, I see lots of hands in the audience. Great. Yeah, most people who know me know that I am typically over-prepared but late. To the point where my parents refer to me as a turtle because I always have this like super stuffed backpack on and I'm often slow to transition and get places. It's one of the fun byproducts of my autism, OCD, ADHD combo meal. Plus, to be fair, the grocery list of physical conditions, which will make any situation that much worse if I don't have the right meds, food, and supplies immediately available at any time. Personally, I felt pretty smug when COVID hit and I was already stocked up on masks, gloves, and hand sanitizer. Not toilet paper though, somehow that wasn't on my radar. But really, I'm not a doomsday prepper. I only lurk in the r/preppers subreddit. And even more than pandemics, a lot more than pandemics actually, I tend to fixate on natural disasters and weather emergencies, which is annoying most of the time, but so life-saving when needed. Do you want an example? All right, okay. So when I was 15, I went on a 6.5-week road trip around the country on a bus with 41 other teenagers from my youth group, staffed by 5 adults who were mostly college students themselves, and this trip was no exception to my turtle-like qualities. Around 4 weeks into the trip, we made a very highly anticipated stop at the Grand Canyon, where we woke up at 4 a.m. in order to get there in time for sunrise shachrit, shachrit being the Jewish morning prayer service. In case you don't know, the Grand Canyon receives rain twice a year on average. But when I woke up and checked my weather app, half awake, 1/3 awake, I don't even know, I saw that 10% chance of precipitation. So of course, I put my phone into a plastic Ziploc baggie, and my prayer book and my journal and my camera into each of their own Ziploc baggies, and those all went into my backpack with my food and inhaler and everything else. I offered my box of Ziploc baggies to everyone else, and of course, being rational and paranoid people, all but 2 of them declined. As usual, I made it to the bus seconds before our departure time, and we went to the Grand Canyon and did our sunrise prayer service without a cloud in the sky. With, some clouds in the sky, but they were all the way over there, right? Oh, we're not there yet. Some clouds in the sky, but it was still, back at the other pictures, nice and sunny and blue in the sky. One of the most beautiful things I've ever experienced in my life. And after we got our prayer books and to fill in onto the bus, we split into groups and started our hikes down the Grand Canyon. Around 45 minutes into the hike, we all hear, and we're pulling out our phones thinking like maybe it's an Amber Alert or something. Our phone said flash flood alert. I had never experienced a flash flood before in my life, but it was exactly what the words make it seem like. It's just this sudden appearance and downpour of heavy rain into an area with no trees or grass, by the way, so there was nothing but us to absorb the water. And I don't have any pictures of the flash flood happening because my phone was safely away in my Ziploc baggie. If you've ever taken a bath before, actually, has anyone here ever taken a bath before? Okay. I don't want to assume. If you've ever taken a bath before, you know what it feels like to be half as wet as this. In the most disorienting experience of my life, we cautiously made our way back up the Grand Canyon path, moving slower than the mules we had seen earlier in the day because of the water and dirt coming at us in all directions and the, not wanting to fall off a cliff. We eventually made our way back up to the top of the canyon, where we bought dry clothes in the gift shop and stood under the hand dryers in the bathroom, and many of us discovered water damage to our phones, cameras, and books. So, after we were all accounted for, Baruch Hashem, we made an unplanned but now highly requested stop at the grocery store. And at the end of the day, everyone else's phones also ended up in plastic baggies, but theirs were in plastic baggies of uncooked rice. Thank you.
Woo! Gabrielle! Joe's Pub, are we ready to heat up the stage? Are we ready to get this stage sizzling hot? Up next, we have Katherine Tapat. Keep it going.
Good evening, everybody. It's your girl, Katherine Tapat. What's up, Joe's Pub? How's everybody doing tonight? I know, me too. My story is my experiences in New York subway. When I was a teenager, unfortunately, I could never take trains alone. I always have to be accompanied by my parents so I don't get lost. The only transportation I could take was a yellow bus from home to school. The loud noises coming from the trains used to bother me all the time before when I was younger. Thanks to my parents, they told me hand how to take public transportation and talk to me about the dangers in the trains and train stations and how to be safe. Now I can do it all alone. Oh my goodness. The 7 train is my favorite train line because thanks to it, I can transfer too many trains. Example, E, F, N, W, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A, and C. Wow, too many trains. When I take the 7 train home, I can always see my house from the window of the trains. And I get happy that I am almost home. Now that I am independent and taking trains alone, I can attend many of my epic player shows and classes. Since my parents are at work and cannot always accompany me to every class, I thank God that now I am independent, enough taking trains alone. One of my favorite train memories is when I took the F train with my dad, little sister, to Coney Island to see the famous Cyclo roller coaster. It was a wonderful experience. OMG. Thank God for giving me opportunity to be independent. New York trains are very important for us to reach to our destinations. One of my favorite destinations to go to is Epic Place. Woohoo! The MTA trains will always be my favorite form of transportation. Thank you.
Good job, Katherine Tapon. Up next, you've seen this performer in Only Murders in the Building, Girls 5 Ever, and SNL. We have Jen Clark. Jen.
That's me. Yay. Hi, guys. I'm Jen Clark. Woo! Strap in. Passionate, passionate. She ate it up. She cleared her plate. No crumbs, no qualms, no doe-eyed fawns. 'Cept time-swept mornings. And where's my mom's? 'Cept time-swept mornings, and where's my mom's? Come along, come along, come along. Passionate, passion fate. Your passion's up to time's debate. Your passion's gone, now where's your song? You said you'd sing, now the sun's long gone. Come along, come along, come along. Passionate, passion plea. Our mouths are hot from all the tea. Joke's on you, joke's on me. Now true facts, old conspiracies. Ha 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 hoo-hee. Come along, come along, come along. Passionate, passion play. The play's the thing, but soon dawn may. Sovereign paint saint bought for pay. The news now nods, no nay, no say. Another day, another day. Come along, come along, come along. Passionate, passion hate. You lick the boot, it tastes like cake. It's all corrupt, insurance fake. Late stage, late stage, late stage, late. So cracked the system a pin would break. Your passion is to lick the boot. Your tongue must bleed. Your point is moot. Hey, where's the man who picked my fruit? Fruit, 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 fruit. Come along, come along, come along. Passionate, passion pawn. on. Governance, trimming lawns, a sunset justice, and we're the fawn. It's all a con, a la-di-dee, we ride at dawn. Your soul's the fee. May I offer you an aperitif? Come along, come along, come along. Aperitif, apartheid, we're bourgeoisie. Now shield your eyes. To have no side now is a side. The times have changed, the times have lied. The times rewritten, the times rewired. The times boofs, boffin, intellectuals, guys, guide. Come along, come along, come along. Passionate, passion, wait. Gestapo! I once had a pair of Pacos. La Migra, no narco. Welcome to our national parks. Oh. Welcome to our national parks. Oh. Welcome to our national parks. Oh. Quid pro quo? Crudité. May we all have the pate. Look, their pie, is that a gay? First they came for it wasn't me. He went that way, see me, I'm free. Mock cheers, baby showers, an ode to loss. Fight the power. Who's the boss? It's our hour. Tarot cards. We pulled the tower. Shock upheaval by design. Say I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Smile and wave. Suck it up for you are brave. Enough's enough. AI jobs, pattern recognition. Nothing's free. Hey, what's the mission? Mining data. Corporations controlling chatter. Censored nation. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Boo! No right from wrong, no left, first right, it's up, first down, we start tonight. Stay calm, fight! Boys in blue, don't be bent back, bottoms, now our mayor's flopped, they got him. The silence is loud, yet do you hear the whisper echoing softly, turning to a whistle? Passionate, passion caked. We ate them up, we broke their pates. No forks, no fucks, no more rich cucks. There's much less more of them than us. There's much less more of them than us. Come along, come along, come along. Yay, hell yeah!
Yes!
I'm Clark! Thank you!
C. Jen Clark, co-host the second 8:30 show with us at Joe's Pub. There are tickets still available. Our next and last performer. Can we give it up to Joe's Pub? Tip your servers. Yes. Our next performer, you've seen them at the Christmas Carol and as the chair of the Epic Players Committee, we have Gerard Riley.
Man, it feels good to be back at Joe's Pub. Last week, Wednesday, I met with the Epic Players Committee. Wait and see what we have in store for all of you this year. We all have an appetite for food, but in my case, my appetite is a burning desire to turn my ultimate performance dreams and goals into reality. A few of my friends and colleagues in Epic have achieved their goals and dreams, the same ones that I have yet to cross off my list. I have that determination. I am happy and supportive that my friends have achieved that goal and dream. One way I show my support by going to their performances and shows and cabarets. I always congratulate them after they come on stage. Now, I gotta ask this question. Who today came out to see me? All right. Wow. Your positive feedback makes me feel more motivated and determined than ever before. You know what? If that's how you feel, I'm gonna keep striving until the ones that I'm aiming for are crossed off my list. My biggest task is to be a professional actor. I even created 2 things that may help me get there as we speak. 2 screenplays that I've created are currently on their second edit. The first is a movie adaptation of my favorite play, Almost Maine. The second is an animated original movie for Marvel Animation called Spider-Man, X-Men, and the Black Cat, The Wrath of Arcade, which is based on the video game Spider-Man and X-Men Arcade's Revenge. Hopefully that'll get me into the field of animation voiceover acting when I'm cast as a key hero. You know, Wolverine's son, who has made various appearances in Marvel Comics. I hope to voice him in a future episode of X-Men 97. Who in here watches X-Men 97? All right. So good. Man, I can't wait until I'm a part of that show. Once I achieve all of my dreams, not only I be voice acting, I'll be on all of your televisions too, as one of the cast members of Saturday Night Live, or one of the cast members of the spinoff, The Big Bang Theory. I know it hasn't been made yet, but I think it'll be called The Ever-Expanding Universe. I'll also star in movies like Along Came Polly and Taken, and my favorite mob movie of all time, Casino. And I know that some of you may be thinking, Gerard, that's a ton of work. Aren't you gonna take a vacation? I'll be like, you bet, a vacation on Broadway. I'll be giving legendary performances 8 shows a week like the late great James Earl Jones or Zachary Levi or our very own Connor Take and How to Dance in Ohio. I want to achieve my goals and dreams and join in that glorious conversation as my colleagues soar those heights, and when I get my shot, I'm going to show things they have never seen before, and I'm very excited to share those stories I've created. I'm on this long road of turning my ultimate dreams and goals into reality, and when I accomplish them, my name will be on each category on every big awards night. You're looking at the next EGOT. And I'm not the only one. If you're looking for other future EGOT winners, just look around this room. Look to the left, look to the right, and look to the back, and see my future friends and colleagues in Epic Players.
Yes, Gerard. Here's the thing about having too much fun. We've run over time and you need to leave. Give it up for Gerard one more time. Yes. If you're like, I couldn't get enough and I need to see the next stories, you can get a ticket for the 8:30 show. If you're coming to the 8:30 show, you are going to be so, let's say, enchanted because we have our co-host Jen Clark coming up, and I don't want you to miss that. So come on in, tip your waiters, enjoy, and also donate to Epic, friends. We are a neuro-inclusive theater company, and we are holding free classes, free performance opportunities, and we pay all of our actors. So everybody that you've seen here today is getting paid for their time and talent, and we love that here at Epic. So thank you for coming. Give it up for yourselves. Thank you to all the performers and everybody here at Joe's Pub. Thank you, Neve. Neve's up in the booth. Thank you, Joe's Pub. Thank you, Elisha. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Aubrey. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Billy. Everyone, thank you for enjoying our night. We're going to clear out for our next show. Pay your bill, tip your waiters. Bye, everyone. See you next year. Thank you so much for being here.